TNC ban out the 1-1. They're trying to force Nausea into a fighter, but he can still just default and go Moskov, go Granger, the space creation. But then the thing is now, you're not going to be playing for MP the King. You're playing for 3 carries. You have to be able to give resources to equally. You have to help Sean get his maybe glowing wand as quickly as possible, unless it's that Kimmy build where he rushes the Sky Piercer.
And Kaloy, both Kaloy and Lancer are gonna have their hands full by just trying to create some space for those 3 carries to get golden dish out damage, not to mention that they have to worry about the Grok and Show. So yeah, the situation here is dire for Twisted Minds, but I think they can come up with something. The mystery is on whether or not they can pick up a fighter gold laner for him. Is this the time? And from the looks of it, we are still yet to figure it out, because the EXP lane could still go, or the Lapu-Lapu could still go to either one of those side laners.
3mar, are you just going to pick up the Arlot now? Or are you just going to go for the CC? Still has 2 very strong options. TNC can go full dive, honestly. They'll be playing around the Lunox. Yes, they are encouraged to go double fighters for the side lanes. It's up to 3mar whether he's going to go CC or Arlot, unless this Cho is actually already his. It's an Arlot for 3mar.
Spot on.
Okay. Twisted, is it fighter for Nausea, or are you still gonna go marksman? Unless this Lapu-Lapu is already the gold laner.
And that's gonna be quite a curveball. And there you go. That answers your question now, Renmar. Will we see Nausea play fight
with that hero this season? One of the rare times that they pick up the glue, they win with it. The only other team to do that, Team Liquid Philippines, Sanford.
An undefeated glue and a Kimmy, an ace in Sean's sleeve. Can Twisted Minds do this, or will TNC take it? Casters, go ahead.
Match point right now for TNC. For Twisted Minds, they've got, I would say, some of their best picks. You just heard it there, the glue undefeated right now, and also a little different version for Nausea. We haven't seen him on a fighter much at all here, Leo.
It's undefeated versus unprecedented, and they're both on the same side. You're right, not once have we seen Nausea on a fighter, but all the more worse, on a Lapu-Lapu nonetheless. Lapu-Lapu. So this feels, just to me folks, this feels like it is very last minute. Kaloy has to dash on through that rampart. And I'm looking at TNC. This is a very TNC-coded draft. They forced the flicker out of Lancy. A shout-out MP the King late all the way to the back. And look at this 3mar. Wants to make that entry. Benny Cutie gets strong first blood on. MP the King going to follow on through. And Kaloy gets popped here. 2 for 1 the trade. TNC all over him.
Hey, that was a good choice. I was wondering what Benny was doing there, but it ultimately leads to Zyda getting a double kill on the Lancelot nonetheless. So, man, what a good start for your jungler here for TNC.
Okay, addressing about the 3.5 comments I'm getting all over social media right now.
Yeah.
Hey, Leo, Nausea's played a fighter in the gold lane. Okay, maybe. I may have missed that 1 or 2 times he played like a Ruby or something. But a Lapu-Lapu in gold?
And it's just...
That's the first time.
Again, it's also part of the problem here is Nausea, he's already struggled in the gold lane, especially towards the end of the regular season, in comparison to what they were doing in the first half. And it's been, you know, a lot of discussion about, you know, Nausea and the gold lane, the performance there. But then you put a Lapu in his hands. And yeah, it's against the Benny Cutie Cho, but maybe this is the best thing that they could bring to the draft here. That's not to say he can't play it. It's just kind of unorthodox for Nausea to go ahead and be a fighter in comparison to a lot of the other gold laners that we're seeing opt for those heroes and that strategy. So again, it's all up to them and how they make it work for this game, because it's so important for Twisted Minds. This first turtle is going to be the fought for. Sean already low enough.
Oh, MP secures. Zyda does use his retribution, but it won't catch nothing. Benny Cutie pushed out of there. Kaloy very low, dashing on through. The Phantom Execution skewers Nausea. Get taken down by Zyda. Lansu wants to get on out of there. 3mar might actually fight the Vengeance, does so, but he doesn't have enough damage. This is a very tough glue. Dashing on through those little longs. Oh no, AOG! Disincentivizing the forward push of 3mar and Chaknu.
Good save there from Kaloy to keep Lansu alive. You know, and he does survive that, but still, it was great that, at least for MP, he gets the objective. You know, the turtle, it's not going to be anything massive, but it's a step in the right direction that Twisted needs to get themselves a lead in this game. Now, when we really look at it, it's like, okay, well, you're probably not going to be relying on Nasha just yet. Eventually, even that, again, it's a Lapu Lapu. He can go and fight 1v2, 1v3 later on, but you know, the main point is if he doesn't get picked off here by Medicuity like we saw him in the previous one, then he's valuable once he starts getting one of those 2 items to contribute to these team fights, because a lot of the damage profile is going to come from who? It's going to be that Kimmy. It's going to be MP on the Hayabusa like we've been seeing for the early portion of the game. And just overall, they have like this durable lineup, and that's what Renoir was trying to mention. That durability, that tankiness, especially with the glue, it should be hard for TNC to kind of deal with that.
Juxtaposed to TNC, whose damage is literally just spread out all around their lineup. 3mar can get a lot of damage in. Zyda, Lancy, hell, even Shaknu. And I'm looking at Benny. He's looking to build damage on this show. So, Twisted Minds, if they get picked off one at a time, they're going to get in trouble.
Yeah, that's the problem here. And I think, you know, we've seen it as well. We talked about Lance, who's undefeated glue. Well, what about Chakna with his Grok here?
He's one of the first Groks in this season.
Yeah, he is, and he made it one of those definite picks that teams really like to go for towards the second half of the season here, just because of the combination alone that this new Grok brings to the table here. You know, there's so many different combinations you can do, and the tech charge alone, if you're able to catch 1 or 2, is devastating enough. So now, fighting around the second turtle of the game, they're going to go ahead and get this pulled out. MP will just go ahead and wait for his moment. He's going to respond to this. Chaknu will be at half health here. But I'm wondering, is Benny going to start, or is Chaknu going to start this fight? They both can do that.
That's the danger of it. Twisted Minds aren't sure, and the only member they have that has a Purify is Sean, so only he can be used as bait, and that's already dangerous as it is. Turtle now, less than half health. Rampart comes up. Kaloy gets popped here. Lancy gets his head, and in comes the rest of them. Final slash by 3mar. Responds. He has Lanzu mounted on him, not before he falls. He's going to take down Sean. Phantom Execution. Norsha dashes on through. Tech charge, no one home, but they're already ahead. 2 down for Twisted Minds. TNC got their eyes trained on the turtle.
Man, they got 2 kills there, but I just feel like abilities and everything else were being thrown everywhere, not connecting either on both sides. To jump in, though, the turtle.
AOG plus a steal by MP. TNC didn't see that coming.
Oh, and they get 3mar, and now Chaknu falls as well. A great pickup. MP gets kills plus the turtle.
Everything falls apart for TNC after that sequence. And it's very clear that TNC have this coded in them. It is injected into the DNA. Procedural rotations. We have a plan A, B, and C. Anything happens beyond that, we're out of here.
But what happened, man? I mean, TNC had a 1.5k gold lead, and they won that exchange. They decided to go and try to get the turtle, and then it all fall apart from there.
MP happened. Oh, the kick under Norsha. He gets taken down.
That was
that's
overkill.
A gank, 2-man gank by Lancy and Benny.
Yeah, that's, hey, you said this, you know, you go for that kick, especially with the damage Cho from Benny, and then the burst from Lancy. You're not going to survive that. I don't care how brave you are for this Lapu Lapu, man, for Nasha, but it's definitely getting tough here. I think, again, TNC is going to hold on to this kind of like minor lead that they have. Look at this, too. Skypiercer pick up for MP.
How often does that happen?
Not that often, man. That's why I said he's a big part of the damage profile.
Benny gets the kick, isolating MP, but there's a stack for him.
Give him the stack. Why does he bought it, too? I'm actually surprised, because, like, Benny, I mean, did he just see MP and he's like, I'm going to go for the kill here?
No. This is Twisted Minds reading the situation. This is a big picture decision. They said, yeah, they're going to fight a lot, so let's put this item on you because you're getting a lot of stacks.
Oh, 3mar.
Kaloy jumps on out of that AOG, but 3mar able to respond, forcing that revitalize and the conceal.
Yeah, he didn't have that final slash to really place it where he wanted to. He just gets it now.
Zyda commits Grand Theft Orange. I guess that was a good trade. The kick once more finds MP. Benny finds sweet, sweet revenge. And now Benny's in trouble once more. Sean takes him. Final slash, this positioning, Sean.
Oh, there's the tech charge. Sean throwing in the air, and they're still gonna go.
And there's the mount on the 3-mar, looking for vengeance. Lifesteal on lifesteal on lifesteal. Lansu falls. The trade for 3-mar, and now Kaloi's gonna be up next. Lancey gets a double, and now Zaida gets taken out. Nosha is the one responsible. Chaknu running away. That's a bloody trade, 2 for 3.
What a bloodbath the mid lane was here. A back and forth from both teams, but hey, someone's got to stop Lancey here if you're Twisted Minds. He's starting to scale. This is going to be one of the better scaling games of Alunux, but look at this. Lord for the taking. They want to blitz it. Nasha jumps in, but Chaknu's giving the information here. Can they delay Twisted from taking this?
Oh no, it's Flying Clouds, but he's still too far off. And what an amazing catch by Twisted Minds. 3 for free. It's all for the rookies of Season 16. They take the Lord too. What
a decisive decision from Twisted to blitz the Lord, go for it after the fight before that, and they're gonna go for more. They do get the Brilliance out. Lancey?
Oh, they catch him. He won't even get to use his flicker. That was a sad sequence of events for TNC.
Theo, look how quick this lead has ballooned for Twisted. In a matter of what, a minute and a half or 2 minutes at most, they've completely gotten charge of the game here.
Oh, Final Slash displacing Lansu. Move between the middle, the back, and the front of that mid lane tier 2. It's a free pickoff, but after all is said and done, TNC are still licking their wounds.
Yeah, they are. They're falling further behind, but right now Twisted might have got caught a little bit there, but they know they have that lore to work with. They'll go ahead and capitalize on it by getting some of these base turrets down, or the turrets down tier 1 on the bottom side. Not getting close to the base just yet, but what they have done is scaled up. You know, they needed this gold. They needed this to go in the right hands here. What's Chaknu going to do? He popped the conceal. Go for a play.
Rampart forcing that jetpack from Sean. And here's the AOG, massive CC on all the members of TNC in the vicinity. Sean gonna be up next. Does get found out by 3-mar. 3-mar gonna go down, finds that final slash, but it's too little too late as Lancey and Zaida wanna make their way on out of here, and they get caught out. Make that just one. Lancey's still alive, Lancey's clapping back. In comes Zaida, but he's going up against 3, and it might be too little too late. It's a wipeout. What has happened to the Phoenix?
Great for MP the King to go ahead and juke out the moves from Zaida. Still surviving, will get himself a purple buff. But that was a great fight for Twisted. It looked a little bit closer than it should have been, but TNC not have enough durability and damage to capitalize on kills. And now they'll lose the tier 2 turrets on all sides here of the map.
Joseph, is this just me, or is TNC getting a little sloppy?
They are, man. I don't know.
They're taking fights they shouldn't have, putting themselves in positions that are completely avoidable, yet they still lean into it with the gusto of an 18-year-old teenager on a track and field.
It's because they're on flying clouds, man. That's why. They got the flying clouds to get them back into the fight, and I'm wondering if they shouldn't be jumping in these fights. They're throwing themselves at Twisted.
You know what? Maybe I'm seeing something, or TNC sees something that we don't. Maybe you're right. Maybe it is the flying clouds. That's why they're saying, hey, once we respawn, we can just jump back in, go again.
Go again, man. But I'm wondering at this point,
but the more you go again, the more that lead grows.
The more that lead grows. That's the problem right there. Twisted Minds, in a matter of literally minutes, they just completely locked in. I don't know what it was. I don't know how it happened, but Twisted was like, we got this. At some point, they scaled up appropriately. They've been punishing TNC's decisions on going again, and now this Lord is up here. Twisted should have mostly free reign on this, because I think even if Chaknu decides to force a fight here, I don't know if they're going to be in a position they want to, but some big things can happen. A tech charge, a final slash, or even Benny Cutie finding the right target to kick could change the course. There's
final slash puts them all there, and a big Rampart plus a tech charge knocks him out. Benny Cutie looking for that perfect kick, and they do have the backline advantage. TNC gets scrambled on their own side of the jungle, and Chaknu here looking for that basic attack. Chaknu falls, and look at the back. A shadow kill by MP the King, takes down 3, all for just Sean. Now it's just Zaida and Lancey left, and all that Lancey can do is brilliance away, plus the flicker through the wall. He's fine, but not if MP has something to say about it. Shadow out, Shadow in, plus the kill. It's just Zyda left on the map.
It's only Zyda, and it's not going to be for long. They're going to collapse down, force him to the base. He does clear out the minion wave, but now the mid turret is going to be the focus for Twisted. They should be able to get this and then go for the Lord here. Again, when everything was thrown at Twisted, the tech charge, the setup, with everything else, even Benny Cutie going in for the kick and the final slash and everything, Twisted still won the fight. It didn't matter if they got thrown in the air for seconds. They still win with this kind of lead.
So now we see the folly of Twisted and how TNC are spoiled for damage. It's spread out everywhere, you're right. And what if a good chunk of that effort and time goes into CC? Where do you find the opportunity to deal damage? That's TNC's dilemma right now.
Yeah, and you can see this. Benny Cutie picks up a brute force because him himself, like, he's having a hard time. Yeah, he gets a kickoff, but even so, he kind of has to put himself in a position where he's going to take a ton of damage. And it's very different in comparison. Now at this point, Nasha, I say he's showing up in this game. He showed up on this Lafu pick and is making it work. Maybe struggled a little bit in the early game, but right now he's scaled up well enough to go ahead and be that bravest fighter.
The conceal from Kaloy, flushing out Chaknu from that little brush. Chaknu obliging them, looking for the steal maybe, does not find it. Gets a tech charge going backwards, and that will be a pick-off on Nosha, traded out for Chaknu. Gets the mount on the 3-mar, 3-mar falls, and TNC have nothing to do but to retreat. Lancy sacrificed himself so Benny and Zyda could live.
Man, oh man, what is happening in these team fights? TNC, they've lost any of the momentum they had at this point. Twisted have won every single team fight for the past 5 minutes or so. And now they're going to go ahead and get ready. The Lord's making his way down the mid. Zyda and Benny Cutie trying to buy time. Chaknu will be up in a couple seconds, but they're going to lose a base turret up top. And is this a possible ender to get to a game 5?
Oh my god, the flicker forward by Lansu gets the mount. Serving up a kill, Lansu falls. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Lancy just about to respawn, and oh my god, a big tech charge! Plus a puncture on puncture on puncture, and the base is barely up! The Lord gets taken down! MP falls! It's just Nosha left! TNC, like the Phoenix that they are, may have just found another chance to claw themselves back into this game.
And the Phoenix Army comes to life after that one, because what happened? Twisted Minds! They threw themselves thinking the game was over. They had the Lord, but they didn't deal with what TNC had to throw. Now Benny goes in for a kick. He's able to go for Nasha, but it's only in a buy time. He's tanky enough. We're going to have to look at the replay on that one, because what happened? Twisted Minds. Looking at this, they approach the base. They have the Lord. The drag on through. Lansu dies when he's attached to the wrong member. And now look at this.
Oh.
Lord is up. Great tech charge.
It was 3-mar in Chaknu. It was enough for them, just 2 of them, to ruin that back line and take down 4. Nosha alone, what's he going to do, especially without a wave?
Yeah.
So now TNC are able to diminish a huge chunk of that lead.
It's gone, man.
But they're not out of the woods just yet, Joseph, because look at the map.
I would say, you know what else is gone?
Ruins.
Their turrets are gone. They got 1 turret.
Yeah. Oh yeah, wow, all right. So luckily, that 1 turret that they have left as an inhibitor is the long lane.
That's a long lane, man.
So if they play their cards right, they might even be able to contest.
I'm just wondering, after that whole interaction, that miraculous base defense, is TNC able to go ahead and get themselves the next Lord? Mind you as well, how many times have we seen Chaknu on whatever team he's on able to help be a part of those defenses? You know, those kind of defenses, man.
That is innate in Chaknu as a player ever since he debuted in Season 4, 2019. I remember the day I first laid eyes on this man. He just does this whatever team he's playing for.
He does it, man. I don't know what it is. It's in his DNA. It's heart. It's the heart of the Mamba at this point. And I think even then, this Lord is up. You're nearing that 18-minute mark. You're 17 minutes into this game. They might delay it up to the 18 point. They know they have to deal with the wave, so Twisted might just go ahead and try to blitz us, at least to get a response from TNC. They know Benny's down on the bottom, so they're going to go for it. Lord's at half health. what can they do? Benny's trying to rotate up here in time while TNC is trying to go ahead and fight on through.
Traction post thrown out. Nosha down to a quarter of his health. Lancey gets popped. Oh my god, where'd that come from? They're already a man down. Benny Cutie has Sean trained on him. 3-mar mounted by Lansu. And that's Chaknu very low. Chaknu gets popped. His immortality spent already. 2 members missing from TNC while Benny Cutie left roaming like a vagrant. What was the plan?
What was the plan? Benny Cutie cancels the recall. I don't know if he's just, okay, he's like, no, I'm getting out of here. It didn't seem like there was much of a plan there. Because TNC, they just got zoned out and taken out. I mean, even then, look at this. They're going to wait for this.
Yep.
And wait for the timing.
They wanted to spawn 18-15.
Yeah.
They're just buying time here. Yeah. All right. Coast is clear. Let's go. No, wait, what?
The Evolve.
All right, they wanted to spawn 1845.
1845.
There it is.
There's the Lord. Again, I don't know what happened there. And maybe this is the case. For TNC, this lineup is going to work better on the defense. The only problem now is that this is a much stronger Lord to deal with. Do they have what it takes to actually win the fight here? You know, you're looking at the items. Even Benny Cutie, who got the Rose Gold, he's going a little bit more damage here on the last item.
Might be a BOD, might be a Malefic.
Might be a BOD, might be a Malefic. And over here, too, you've got some of the defense there.
Oh! Lansu gets hit by the kick. Benny dashes through. A little mini heart attack there. At least Zyda gets to secure his purple.
Hey, man. Lansu's really close to keeping this an undefeated glue. Benny will go ahead and clear out the lanes the best he can for this. That Lord is making his way down mid, though, so now for TNC, they're going to try to delay this, most likely using the ramparts if they can, too, but a conceal's going to be used. Kaloy, they want this last turret. They'll hold the Lord there, but there's the jump.
They do get it, but Zyda just gets squished there. What? Not a response from TNC's arguably MVP, and they do take out Chuck for the shadow kill from MP the King. TNC might just actually roll over and take this L as Lancey throws everything but the kitchen sink at Twisted. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going all the way. Twisted Minds takes game number 4.